Just get up out of the chair. We're seconds from live combat, but I'll just get up out of the pilot's chair.
Are we anymore, though? I mean, we murdered the sub, right?
Seconds after was what I...
Oh, okay.
I mean, generally it'd take a little bit of time to sort of, look around and double check.
Oh, guess we're all good.
Well, good thing there will be no repercussions for shooting 2 USSR vessels out of international waters. Or Canadian waters.
Yeah, it's Canadian waters. We can just pay them to be silent. We can pay them in guppies.
Oh, look, Mark Twain.
It looked like they cleverly hid the split screen.
Yeah.
Talk, man.
Doc looks at you and says, "I'm Mark Twain. My folksy homespun wit will do nothing for this man's concussion.
But if you'd like to read a copy of the war hymn, got one right here. War prayer." Well, that was helpful.
Yeah, that really advanced the story.
He's got a little picture of a sub in his room, too.
In my experience on Navy vessels, we really don't have hanging framed pictures. It's just not a thing.
It's, I actually was watching the pilot episode of Sequest the other day, which there's a blast from the past, right?
Yeah.
And Sequest starts out as a, a research vessel, and they show tons of things like where they have like Bunsen burners and shit all over the place on what do you call those, like freestanding bookshelves, basically,
Right.
And all I could think during that was oh god, and then of course they get into like a battle and everybody has to hold on and they do the the typical Star Trek crashing thing.
Shake the
and
camera.
I was like what happened to all those fucking Bunsen burners?
That could be really bad.
Yeah. Death and destruction. Alright, okay, so what do we get here? What do we get? Yep, alright, we know. After polar crossing is achieved, do not surface for remainder of mission. Okay.
What if we run out of air?
We...
Die.
Yeah. They tell our families that we were heroes.
This might be top secret enough that they can't even tell the families that.
We,
They tell our families we did not exist.
Messages. You never had a goldfish or a father. Shut up!
Does that make me Jesus?
Alright, so we're sitting again. Oh boy, maybe it's another sub battle.
Again, I haven't been in a submarine, but the big pipe down the middle of a room is a bit unusual. They generally route things around the rooms, or space the rooms around the pipes.
We have a submarine here in Portland at just Constant Dock, and it's like a museum or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But it's... and I almost went on the little tour, but they were like, be warned, like, it's really cramped in here. And so I was like, maybe not.
And people live in those suckers.
Yeah.
Hey, music!
Oh, and a tornado, or this is Scylla and Charybdis, right?
Sharknado.
Oh god, we have to, like, get out of the way of the Earth.
This is not a normal submarine thing, right here.
I would hope not.
Oh, there's Dorothy going by.
Wouldn't we just dive down lower?
I would think so, yeah.
We're just... This is, like, turned into pole position now.
Yes. I guess technically those would be water spouts, since they're over the water.
I like this kind of depressed, bluesy music for us getting out of the way of water spouts.
There's the Wicked Witch of the West in a scuba outfit. This is silly.
Hey, nanny.
This kind of feels a little bit tacked on. Like, there's not enough gameplay in this game. Let's do a little driving minigame.
Maybe these are like ice flows. Is that what you think they're supposed to be?
Are we maybe actually below this? I mean, we've got the horizon line there, though. So we must be on the surface. But if it's not a good shape for an ice flow.
I know, how far down are we? We're decently far down.
Are we? Which of these numbers is our depth?
Oh god, I don't remember now. Over on the left is our bearing. So we seem to still be heading pretty much straight north, even though we're way the hell above all of Canada here. I think we'd be heading east by now.
Maybe these are like underwater icicles under the icebergs? Is that?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's not a horizon. That's a
ice sheet or
glacier.
Yeah. Okay, I guess that makes a little sense, but everything's very flat except for these icicles, which is a little odd.
Alright. Also, I don't know, couldn't we, delegate this to somebody else? Like, do we have to handle everything?
Yes, apparently. Well, I mean, we handled minor repairs earlier.
True enough. I guess I just thought, we took the helm because the commander or whatever was like, oh, you'll think this is funny, John, and, or this'll be good for you to get back to this, and now instead we're just... Man, I don't know if I've seen this much driving since Mano Sands of Fate. There's an idea we can do I can't remember what it's called, but the Penn and Teller driving game.
Oh my god, no.
That would be a good one to just release all of it on April Fool's Day.
We could actually just take maybe 5 minutes at most and then loop it, and I don't think anyone would ever know.
Now. Okay. I think we're through them.
I'm through it. We're over it. Did you encounter anything amusing on April Fool's Day?
No, I don't really, Yeah, see, it said it was the ice pack. Ice field. I haven't really been online at all for the past month, and I definitely steer clear for April Fools, because I really, really hate that.
I do too, normally. I actually did a joke. I'm stammering. I did a joke this year. As you know, I work at the haunted house. I dropped a message to the vampires of the haunted house that we're getting some new glittery makeup for them this year. Which they thought was funny. You know, I mean, that's a very innocent sort of April Fool's joke there.
Right,
you know?
right.
No, like, oh, your grandmother's dead. Ha ha, just kidding.
Yeah, it's like John Oliver last year, they did a How Is This Still a Thing? And he's like, it's funny because you trusted me and I broke that trust.
Yeah.
That's how I view it. It's like, yeah, it's just not funny.
I make it a point to be as ridiculous as possible so people will get it immediately. Like maybe a heartbeat of like, wait, what if that's... Oh, no, that's not true.
Yeah. Oh my god, all these coded messages.
Keys, HHD, Phi DB, doobie 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 dee.
See, this is what we got, these two things last time, but we only decoded one of them. So are we just gonna decode? Maybe the other one just wasn't important. Like Adalsgaard was like, doesn't matter, doesn't mean a damn thing.
It's a love note from his girlfriend, Brunhilde.
Oh, John.
Yeah, there's a lot of wall art. You know why there's not normally wall art like that? Because there are very few flat walls in a naval vessel.
Makes sense.
It's not best use of your space.
This seems a very spacious sub.
Yes.
Also, he has a window up there. That can't be normal, can it?
Oh my god, you're right. Skylight. That is not normal. Skylight in a sub is not normal.
Okay, computer decodes. Yeah, we got it. Oh God, rendezvous with USS Coons. Right at that time, signal with.
Cool.
Okay.
It says Kuntz, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, USS is not how the Navy refers to their vessels. It's SS, not USS. Usually.
Destroy. I am an anarchist.
Actually, I said that exactly backwards. Just ignore what I said.
Okay.
I say USS, not SS. Well, most civilians tend to say SS.
Do not use Black Hawk weaponry. What the hell's the point of having a Black Hawk then?
To give you some Native American cachet at Coachella?
I think we should see little dolphins swimming by those skylights now and then.
That would be awesome. A naked swimmer.
God, the eerie silence.
Yep, not even infrasound.
Those people at those stations could be dead.
Yeah, well, that's speaking as a naval veteran, that is the norm for submarines, is to employ zombies. It's cheaper.
See, look at all that. We went a really long way there off screen.
Yeah, we just sort of jumped under, around, over Greenland.
Yeah.
Between, through, instead of, because of, into.
Man, why aren't we watching Sequest? Requiena's Ridge. Or Requien's Ridge, I don't know. Requien's Ridge. Okay. Enjoy the view of lovely Requien's Ridge.
See, his wardroom has a window, but the pilot station doesn't.
No, it was a window. Remember, we saw the ice floes there. We're just looking at water now.
I guess. I mean, they should at least do like a couple squiggly lines now and then. I mean, I assume it's a TV screen and not an actual window, because there is no. The outside of the boat doesn't have a flat space for that window.
Right.
Though it doesn't have a good space for skylights either, so who the hell knows? A Russian alpha, like, she's in charge of a pack, and she's the more macho one, and everyone else is a cuck.
Right, like, we need to flip over onto our back now.
Yeah. I still can't take cuck seriously as an insult. Every time I hear someone use it seriously, it just makes me laugh.
I thankfully live in enough of a bubble that I've never heard someone use it seriously.
I don't often.
Single fish coming at us. Oh my god. Got this fish problem again. I mean, I assume that this is at least one thing that it's got really correct, is that most of serving on a submarine is probably just sitting and doing nothing and waiting for, like, even during like a quote-unquote firefight, it's just, yep, the torpedo still hasn't disappeared or anything.
Yeah, that's kind of my experience. Again, not on a sub, but on a Navy vessel, there's a lot of waiting, and when we're in action, there's a lot of waiting, and for the vast majority of the people on the ship, they don't do anything except stand ready just in case something blows up. And
so, you're in the Navy. As far as I understand it, they have like 74 murders a year, right? I mean, that has to be difficult to deal with. I mean, I assume that's true, or else NCIS and its like 2 spin-offs wouldn't have gone for so long, right?
As I understand it, the biggest rate of military murders is spousal, marital kind of stuff. Some getting in fights and accidental murders, lots of suicide. An incredibly disturbing amount of suicide.
Now, I have watched maybe 1.5 seasons of that show, but I just remember constantly thinking, there can't be this many murders just in the Navy alone.
I don't know figures. I know it doesn't happen aboard a ship very often because it's easy to get caught that way. But domestic violence would drive most of it, is my understanding.
I only remember the actual plot to one of the shows, I mean, those sorts of shows usually, the thing that drives them are the interesting characters. Even though they aren't character focused, it's you live to see how Jethro will react to any given situation, and so
You have a lot of Jethros?
Jethro is, what's his name? Mark Harmon's character on NCIS.
I never pay attention to that stuff. Names.
Yeah, it's they don't even make I think they make one joke about the name, and I'm like, no, this deserves far more jokes than this one. But whatever. Pretty sure it's some weird old-fashioned name. I think it's Jethro.
And the guy with the sunglasses has kind of a weird name too, doesn't he?
The guy with the sunglasses.
The one they always make the joke memes about, where he puts the sunglasses on after making a bad joke.
Oh, David Caruso?
Yeah, what's his character's name?
Oh, right. It's some overblown, Horatio Algernon or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember, but yeah, it's they for whatever reason decided that was the way to go with the naming convention on that show. Was that an NCIS? That's CSI Miami.
My mistake.
I could never get into the CSIs. I like Law and Order, and I haven't watched much of it, but I liked NCIS, what I saw.
All the crime procedurals I used to watch have ended or turned horrible. I should probably find some new ones, because I like the format.
Yeah. My favorite by far was Law and Order Criminal Intent, which, I don't know, just, I liked D'Onofrio, I liked Jeff Goldblum, I like Chris Noth, so...
Can I just say for a moment the tension and anxiety this section of the game is creating? I don't think I can hold on to it much longer. I'm gonna...
Oh, is the game still on?
It's moving less than a screensaver.
Horatio Kane, that's his name.
That's pretty highfalutin there.
And his right-hand woman, Callie Duquesne. Dr. Alex with 2 X's, Alex Woods.
Jesus. I think they went through a baby names book. And the from the boomers to the millennials, there were a lot of funny names. And once you get into the hipster millennials, the old-fashioned name is getting quite popular. So, Jedediahs and who knows what else.
Oh, God. Their final episode, CSI Miami, was named Habeas Corpse, and I'm like, really? You hadn't used that?
Can't believe it took that long.
Yeah. Took 10 fucking years on the spin-off show before they did it. Okay.
Is the little green-red pixel moved at all? It's roughly where I remember it being. Oh, hey, torpedoes! There is action going on. Totally didn't. That's usually an alarm.
Apparently we have five.
It's usually a sound cue when something is firing on you. I mean, just in my experience. Some alarms.
No, I mean, there's the guy screaming, another torpedo has been launched, sir. So
well,
you just have to imagine his panicky, childlike voice.
I think they could throw in a little bit of MIDI alarm, wah, wah, or something.
Maybe they had that in like the first run, and then they
That's
just were
so
sick
annoying.
of it.
Fuck off.
Also, I think so. This is being played on the Amiga, and I know the Amiga's graphics were better, but I think the IBM version had more music overall. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, and I don't know. Maybe Adalsgaard turned off most of the music, or some, maybe there's some option to do
I suppose
that.
it's possible.
Adalsgaard seems very Swiss or something, right? So maybe Adalsgaard was like, like all good things, this should have lots of silence and feel very ominous at all times.
I think he has a shaved forehead and whitened face and a black robe and plays chess.
Yeah, he hangs out with, totally blanking on the guy's name, but that director, he hangs out with him all the time.
That's why I did the description instead of just naming the director. I was blanking on his name. Bergman.
They hang out. Yeah. He hangs out with Bergman, and they discuss how everything is empty all the time.
I actually had to remember Candace Bergman to come up with Ingmar Bergman.
You mean Candace Bergen?
Close enough to make the connection in my head.
All right.
Candace to Ingmar to or Ingrid to Ingmar.
Yeah. Oh, and the torpedo hits us and we die. The end.
And now all the rest of their graphics budget is used up in depressurizing or imploding in the depths. You sank my battleship. Ooh, hello.
Oh.
Either I just had an episode or we got hit. No, it was close.
Oh, it was close.
If it's...
But why would we shake
Yeah,
if it
it's
was just close?
It's in water. Things don't... whatever.
Also, we don't... Well, I mean, I guess maybe it exploded off the port bow or something. Okay, we've still got 5 targets on us. I don't understand what we're doing to not get hit. It really seems like we just sit here, they can't hit us for shit, and then when they're really close, we fire everything at them.
Maybe we're hitting the missiles out of the... Well, I don't know. Because his pointer is on the steering doohickey, and it doesn't seem to be moving at all. No evasive maneuvers. Which would be very slow in a sub. But even slower in a carrier.
Except in this sub, which apparently handles like a fucking Ford Fiat, since we were like going in between those ice floes
you make a good point.
Fast.
Maybe it's got the same drive as some of the cars in Deadly Premonition.
Oh, we got another 5 fucking torpedoes.